Brown guy with tattoos. I think I'm covered. We're looking for a brown guy with tattoos. Perfect.
Is that the AK day?
That was the AK day. So
chest blasted.
chest. He just won.
How about this? We'll give something for the listeners. All right.
Dude, if people understood that they can get slapped at any fucking point in time, they would legitimately shut the fuck up. Fucking take the labels off of this shit. They want to drink the bleach, drink the bleach. So day drinking, and then and I was like,
I caught that. I'm like, motherfucker!
It's 11.
We're at
It's
work.
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Work at least.
It's 11
I
o'clock
was
in the
at work
morning.
too, but I was like, yes.
Now it's time for you to talk about Blood Dick.
Right.
Why the fuck were you guys talking about that before the fucking episode? Hashtag Blood Dick.
So awesome.
Listen, welcome to the Covert Standard.
Work for you.
It is. No, it's not. You're right. You're absolutely correct. What's going on, people? That's right. Tune into the Covert Standard. Thank you very much for joining us. Just to go ahead and knock it out of the way at the very beginning of the show, you know him very well over at Stoner, over at Stone Cold Works. He's basically a Cerakoter. He will Cerakote your weapons into any design, any pattern, any color that you want, so that way you can individualize your firearm. If you go to stonecoldworks.com, you can check out his price sheet and everything that he does. He's got an Instagram page too. Go follow his Instagram page too and see all the pictures that he does. And on our Instagram page, we like to post a bunch of pictures as well. But basically, if you have a firearm that you've had for a long time and the coating's going bad on it, or if you just want to spice it up a little bit and Gucci out your Glock, for instance, you can go to send it to him and he can go ahead and hook it up for you. So don't forget, go to stonecoldworks.com, check him out, say and let him know that Covert Standard sent you over there.
And he's got random AK shit that he's trying to get rid of, by the way. So please hit him up with that. He has like that whole fucking bucket shit.
Just email him. Hey, what random AK shit you got?
Oh, he has
a shit ton of emails.
I have
list,
all
bro.
of it. I have all of the AK.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I like our segues, like talking into when the fucking podcast
We just start
starts,
talking,
and then it goes out the same way.
That's because
It's you.
we're sitting here for like 20 minutes. Like hit record.
I just hit record randomly, and the best part about
of
it
the conversation.
the best part about it is, as soon as I hit record and you hear the clicks, like it's getting us warmed up for it, everybody but Dillon goes quiet because Dillon can't hear the clicks. So we're just like click, 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 and then we just shut up and Dillon's still going.
This episode, I could hear it from somebody's shit.
Somebody's loud enough. It's probably those.
Maybe
it's right next to you. Yeah,
He turned it up because he knew you weren't going to put
they
it on.
finally work.
Yeah, I don't think they do. So what's everybody been up to with the Rona?
Sweet rig, by the way.
Yeah, I like
It
it.
is nice.
Yeah.
How has your guys' quarantine been?
Not.
Yeah, not.
I haven't been quarantined either, but I did have a weekend off, and I've talked about this before. D2 has not seen pretty much any rated R movies since before 2007. So, like, that's every movie I try to make her watch is like some older comedy or action movie. And so, like, Saturday night, we start watching Lethal Weapon 4, and she, like, falls asleep to it. And the next day, we watch something else, and Lethal Weapon 2 comes up. And so we just watch it. And 2's fucking awesome. And she's on board. She's like, fuck it. Let's watch the other one. So we look it up. Netflix has all of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we go back and watch 1, and then we watch 3, and then we watch the rest of 4. Now, we had this conversation way back when, in December, about Lethal Weapon 1 and whether it was a Christmas movie or not.
Yes, we did. I remember.
And I said yes.
Yeah, you think it's a Christmas movie.
Yes.
I understand.
I went back and watched it, too, and I was going with, it's Christmassy.
You think so?
It's Christmassy.
I don't think so at all.
I do.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
The movie starts off with a Christmas song. So there's a point towards it. Like when it's going through who made it, who directed it, screenwriter, or, cast, director, or whatever. But then when it actually gets into the first movie, the first thing you see is a naked woman, and she's drugged out. And then she throws herself off of a building, and you watch her hit a car and die.
Was there a tree anywhere around?
It was Christmas lights.
Okay.
There were.
Okay, so it's still in the frame.
Mel Gibson's character, Riggs, almost like legit, like gun in mouth, almost kills himself like 3 times in that movie.
Yeah,
he's a suicidal.
He's watching a fucking Christmas fucking special as well on the TV. But keep going. Yeah, let me hear this thought process.
Well, okay.
So it's randomly not Christmas watching a Christmas TV. Okay, go ahead. or Christmas special.
I think the point was there like
Hold on though, like let's break this down to what
Is
you're
it a
saying here.
Christmas
So because
movie?
it takes
Is there a
place,
Christmas
yeah,
theme
because it
somewhere
takes
in the movie?
place in Christmas time, and there's almost no references to it other than like two. It starts and then ends with a Christmas song. I don't think there's a Christmas song in the soundtrack the rest of the time.
it's not like
No
Die
one's
Hard.
at a Christmas party.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the daughters of Riggs or Murtaugh
Murtaugh, yeah.
is like, "Do you like my New Year's Eve dress?"
Mm-hmm.
Christmas hadn't happened yet. There's still presents under the tree. You can see that in the living room. So that like Christmas is in the background of that movie, but I would not call that a Christmas movie. It's actually a really fucking dark movie, and it's. Like, I don't think if I started with that movie, if I started Darian off with Lethal Weapon 1, I don't think she would have watched all Lethal Weapons. Like, all Lethal Weapons.
It was a dark movie, yeah.
It's generally, like, pretty, like, jovial, like, relaxed, funny buddy cop movie. They got rated R stuff, so it gets kind of extreme with the violence and sometimes the nudity, random sex scene or whatever. But, like, it's more, like, fun.
When did that come out?
Lighthearted. 80s.
When did Die Hard come out?
80s.
I know, but around the same or
Close to. But I don't know.
because I
exactly.
was wondering if
I
maybe
think
they just
exactly like
threw
a year
the
or so.
Christmas music in there to try to kind of
because of like action movies trying to
Yeah.
But like I would say Die Hard is a legit Christmas movie. Like it's in a Christmas party. There's several Christmas like
But it
songs.
only takes place at one spot though. It takes place at Nagatomi Building.
Right.
So
right.
of course it's going to be all Christmas because it's at one spot. This is
Ho ho ho,
through-
motherfucker.
Yeah, but he also
Through
has
the
like lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they keeps talking about it. Like with Lethal Weapon, it's there, but it's like.
not brought
It's
up.
not a like it's a movie that happens around Christmas. I wouldn't call it a Christmas movie
I like
in tone.
I
I mean, it's
like-
a hard thing to describe, but I feel like it's just tonally not a Christmas movie.
I like that he's on a date night and he's thinking about us while he's watching his movies.
You guys don't
Just
do that?
saying, he's like, these motherfuckers. It's not a fucking Christmas movie. He's like the whole
Well,
time.
listen, I came into it open-minded, like thinking, like, have I just misremembered this? Am I going to watch this and be like, you know what, I was fucking wrong? Because I'm not afraid to admit I was wrong. I just don't. I genuinely watched it, and I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
He's also not afraid to tell you that you're fucking wrong.
He's way more likely to do that.
That is also
way more
true.
likely. He's like, you're fucking wrong.
So on the Christmas movie, like Christmas
Chase isn't
movie
done.
list,
No.
Yeah.
it's
Chase
on
doesn't
there,
give up
bro.
on a fight.
I hate to tell you. It's
Just, I mean, I don't know what that means. Is that like an
If-
argument from
if you-
authority?
if you
Dillon's
look
Do
up-
some other people disagree with me? So
That's
therefore,
Dillon's
it's
way
way
of
and that's
saying
what it
you're
is.
wrong,
If-
Chase.
if there's, I mean, you cannot like it as a Christmas movie. It's fine.
No, it's not
a-
that I don't like it as a Christmas movie. I actually enjoy the movie. I just disagree with the fact it's a Christmas movie.
So I think it's a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
and then a majority of other people think it's a Christmas movie
I don't
as well.
know that. I don't know that that's true either.
Okay.
It's
You
in
think
the
the,
setting.
the majority of people think
that's what-
Lethal Weapon 1 is a Christmas movie.
The if you look up like Christmas movies
Christmas
in
movie-
general, or
right.
action Christmas movies,
There you go. There
Die Hard, Lethal Weapon.
They'll throw Lethal Weapon in there if you put in the action. But if you type in Christmas
in
movies in
action?
general, if you just put in Christmas movies,
you won't even get Die Hard on that. You'll get
you
fucking
will get
Ernest,
Die Hard.
Ernest
You'll get
Saves Christmas.
it's
and
Elf.
fucking
The Grinch,
and the Grinch, and Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, Elf. It's definitely low on the list, but you will get Die Hard on that list.
Is Reindeer Games on there?
I've never
Ooh, there we
seen
go.
someone
If Reindeer
just throw
Games isn't
out
on there, it doesn't
Lethal
count.
Weapon is a
I'm just saying
Christmas movie.
Well, I think I did, and that,
No,
that was me throwing out.
of a standard Christmas movie list. Like I've seen a Die Hard on plenty, but I've never seen, unless you're talking specifically action movies, I've never seen anybody say,
Chase.
because like
What he's saying is nobody intelligent has ever put it on the list. Just because you put it on the
well,
list.
I think well, okay, listen, the lists are irrelevant anyways because I feel like that's an argument from authority. That's
because it's on the list.
Someone else agrees with me. That's not an argument. Like I just. Do you disagree with me that in tone you feel like it's a Christmas movie?
I was just going with that it's at Christmas time, so it's a Christmas movie. It's more of a, like, it's, for me, it's one of those that has come throughout the years where they actually air it during Christmas time. So and that's what I love about it as well. Die Hard's on, Lethal Weapon's on. They don't have like the normal strategic Christmas movies. They actually have like action, like dude movies.
Yeah.
That's probably a good
and
way.
that's why I like
That's
it.
probably a good way to think about it. Like, what movies are coming on during the season?
Yeah. So the
You know what I mean?
action or the
I guess I
action
just
ones.
haven't had cable in well over a decade, like almost a decade and a half now. I haven't had cable, so I couldn't tell you what the fuck is on.
So based off of
TV
your
or-
argument,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then Die Hard wouldn't be a Christmas movie.
No.
Hold on. The reason why I would say, based off your argument, that is because it's in the setting of Christmas. It's during Christmas.
Right.
There isn't anything that says,
there is a tone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I think there is.
He's going to celebrate Christmas
disagree.
with his wife,
like,
bringing a gift.
The tone of the movie is about family, about being happy, about like being appreciative of family. Like, I think the tone of Die Hard fits the fact that you can call that an action Christmas movie. The tone of Lethal Weapon is fucking dark.
It's a
There's
dark
no
Christmas.
like. There's no. We
It's a
gotta
dark
be
Christmas.
I mean,
Some dark shit happens around
for
Christmas.
people.
Christmas is actually dark.
Christmas is
It's
terrible
very dark for some people.
A tremendous amount of people.
It's supposed to be jovial. It's supposed to be,
Especially for his character in that movie.
but it's not. There's some people that's worse on.
So look at it. So Die Hard reference, or just Die Hard in general. They're at one spot. So of course it's going to be a Christmas party.
just
so
timeline wise,
all
it's
of
just
that.
narrowed down to one specific
Lethal
thing.
Weapon is more
Yeah, it's
stretched
one
out
day.
through
Yeah.
the month, and it goes through fucking Riggs and his family and like all of the festival and all that bullshit. And then the other perspective of Christmas, where Riggs is going through his depression, thinking of his wife, like I'm about to fucking blow my fucking head off.
What he's saying
That's
makes
normal
sense
Christmas
too,
for people.
because you saying it's spread out over like a few weeks, a month,
Right.
Versus like you're saying one day. It was one Christmas party that all this happens.
I guess the way I look at it is like, what's the fucking Robert De Niro movie to where he's the bad guy that's out of prison, and he stalks
all
the
of them?
lawyer.
all of them. No,
stalks the lawyer. Cape Fear.
Cape Fear.
Oh,
Cape Fear.
okay.
Like,
I
could you
haven't
not
seen that.
say Cape Fear is a 4th of July movie?
Yeah.
Because it takes place
Oh, bro, I haven't seen him for
during a 4th of July event.
just like
it's in the
Independence
back.
Day is.
It's in the background. Like, I just don't think that that's a 4th of July movie. I don't think that like it is at all. Now, Independence Day, maybe you got way more of an argument.
Yeah.
That's more of like I feel like
It's like
that,
their second
I think that's a
Independence
really
Day.
good.
Yeah.
It's they air that around the 4th.
I would say
so,
it's a good parallel though between like Lethal Weapon and Die Hard versus Cape Fear and Independence Day.
I got you.
I haven't seen Cape Fear.
I haven't seen it in a long
Cape
time.
Fear
can't
almost
even
has
tell you.
nothing to do, but
There's
but it
fireworks
happens.
somewhere in the
right.
background.
Like you see the people celebrating it in the streets leading up to it. There's a parade. There's the fireworks.
Just
It
'cause
happens
somebody's
throughout
eating
the
a
movie.
hot dog
has
somewhere.
nothing to fucking do with the movie. Now, because I kind of came at it from your angle before we even had this conversation, trying to think of like, well, it can be a dark time for some people, and it's Murtaugh's family that kind of helps save Riggs in some ways.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah,
Absolutely right.
But like, I didn't feel like it was Christmas that did that. Like it was literally just the fact that there was a family he could go to. He could go have dinners. Like there's not even a Christmas dinner in that movie. They talk about it at the very end.
Yep.
But he goes to dinner. Like that is the thing there. But it's not a Christmas dinner.
With more of the so people generally or families don't generally come together unless it's like holidays. And
Right.
so that's why that's more of the perfect time, because now he's coming out to dinner to see the family as they interact, and
Sure.
it's I mean, I agree that the family is generally what saved him, or his
Right.
family saved him because of
he had
sees
something
that
to come
love.
down to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great.
I fucking
Christmas
love the movie. I love the movie. And agree to disagree. I mean, it's fine that you think it is. I just watched it and I didn't come away from it thinking like, wow, that was a Christmas movie. Like it didn't say like, it wasn't like we can thank Christmas for this, or like Christmas was just in the backdrop of it. It had nothing to do with it, and it didn't try to tie any themes to the movie and Christmas in any way. If that makes sense.
So
Like
did
like
D2
with
like
Die
it?
Hard, yeah. Oh no, well, she watched it. It was by far her least favorite, and like I said, I think if she started off with that, she wouldn't
She
have watched
wouldn't
the
have
rest.
watched the rest of
She
it.
liked the rest of it though. She liked 2, she liked 3, she liked 4.
It might have been too dark.
But 1
way
was
too
dark,
dark,
dude.
yeah.
I
It's
love the
not.
first one.
It's
4
I
was
mean,
with
it's-
I like it. No, I like
Li,
it.
right?
First
you can
my
tell
favorite.
they did
Oh.
not think that was going to be a buddy cop fucking film franchise when they made that first one. That
No.
was supposed to be a
No.
standalone film. It's interesting. I mean, if you guys got Netflix, you're listening, fucking watch it. I mean, I think it's good.
It's so weird to get people like somebody that hasn't seen something to like something, right?
Yeah.
So I've been I've won and got somebody corrupted on Star Wars.
Yeah.
They've never seen it.
Ugh.
Yeah, Ellie has
Yep.
never seen Star Wars ever, and posts a million times like Baby Yoda memes and hasn't even watched Mandalorian
Sure.
just because Baby Yoda's cute.
Now she knows.
I already got a parallel for you.
So I ended up winning, and because of the coronavirus,
you got the time
to find a silver lining in all this.
You got a week to spare.
You have all the time in the world to be at home to do nothing. You can watch these long movies,
which
I wanted.
When did she watch them? Like
what
movies first?
I wanted her to watch the original way how I saw it.
Yeah.
But I thought that she might get into it better if she watched the chronological order of it.
Okay.
The reason why is because I feel like people now that's never seen it watch a movie that was made in the 70s, have a different thought process than something that's cool and stuff. So I figured if I get her now and then warn
her hooked on the more modern stuff,
she'll get to those 3 movies and be like, "Oh, this is shit."
And then warn her,
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And then warn her that you're about to run into the 70s movie here soon. That it would be good, and I think she just finished Solo because she's doing it chronological.
Sure.
She hates Solo.
Yeah,
didn't
like Solo.
Yeah, I got like 20 minutes into it.
Yeah,
I went saw in theaters.
I watched it.
I saw it in theaters. I mean, I like everything Star Wars.
It.
So
I didn't like the robot. That's about the only thing I didn't like about it.
Yeah,
just because I could tell, like, I know what this is. This is like SJW bullshit, like fucking squeezed in here.
Of course.
And I didn't like the over explanation. Everything needs to have an explanation. The dice need explanation. The fucking gun needs explanation. Like
everything.
They did. Yes.
Like that was annoying, but I did enjoy the movie.
It's kind of like in the one where Han's constantly going on about his fucking gun, Chewie's gun. You're like, you've been with him for what, 30 years? You're just now talking about this.
Shot that thing?
You've never seen it go off.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So the parallel to what you're talking about with like seeing the memes but not really watching the shit.
Yeah.
Chase has not seen this fucking Tiger King show.
And he's been on the memes like a motherfucker.
Dude, the memes are hilarious, though. It's undeniable.
The fucking show's hilarious. The fucking show is hilarious.
He has no fun. He's also agreeing, like, yeah, she killed her husband. Hasn't seen the show.
Hasn't
killed the show.
She killed him.
So my favorite one I didn't even send to you guys is it's so fucking great. So you think you're straight, huh?
Bro.
So when you go to Sonic, do you get the regular or do you get the foot long?
I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna send it to you guys. But there's a kid who wrote a country song from Tiger King, and it's fucking hilarious.
Did you know that that is not him singing in all those fucking music videos?
Is it somebody else singing?
Yeah,
I had no
it's
idea.
Definitely somebody else.
I had no idea.
I didn't know it either. I mean, I've only watched 2 episodes, by the way. I did not watch it. The show is not.
I've seen it all.
Not for me.
I've seen it all.
Oh,
it is horrible.
More.
Listen, it is horrible by far.
You get caught up in the shit.
Yeah,
you're just like, I can't stop.
You get caught up on how weird and crazy people are. Okay, so when I was a kid, I remember seeing, what is it, Barnum and Bailey Circus, or no, Siegfried and Roy, right? Okay. Siegfried and Roy, who had the tigers and everything.
Sure.
And in my mind, and I said it out loud, I was like, damn, you've got to be fucking crazy to own a tiger. Like, you've literally got to be mental. So this show comes out, and I'm looking at these people that own tigers, and every fucking one of them is absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I told you, every single one of them has a cult. The nicest one is a drug dealer.
One of them's a cultist.
Rotten Tomatoes says it is.
Rotten Tomatoes said The Last Jedi was a great movie.
These
all
two,
of the new Star Wars is terrible.
These two will go on forever. Chase doesn't like to admit he's wrong.
No.
It happens all the time.
Dylan will say it.
It happens all the time.
Listen, I know when I'm wrong, but
listen, I get
Wrong,
entertainment.
so.
I get entertainment listening to the podcast. I get even more entertainment that I see it live.
Right?
And when it happens, when they start firing off, if you watch me, I go.
I know. I looked over at him.
You saw me. I'm like, lean back. I'm like, yes.
Away from the Tomatoes, because I was going to look up the fucking what you said for if you look up Christmas movies.
Sure.
And Christmas, the 55 of the fucking Christmas movies of all time.
Yeah.
That's on it.
It is?
Yes. I like Rotten Tomatoes. Lethal Weapons. Yeah, and I like
references.
I like Rotten Tomatoes.
References or didn't happen.
Relatively
movie
for
shit.
Who's your source?
Movie shit, but
Cite the
they're
critic.
not right on.
Cite it.
Probably some asshole that works
It's
at
like
BuzzFeed.
75% of what it is.
These guys
It's fake news. It's fake news.
I'll send it in the group text.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Do your research.
But so it's the talking point. And I love how
I only recognize Film Movie Database.
.com. You're not on that right now.
Hold on.
That's not a real critic.
I'm just joking. My opinion stands firm. I appreciate the movie. I love the movie. I don't think it's a Christmas
I love
film.
watching the shift of humankind and their attention span when it comes to entertainment. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and all you have to do is own a social media account that you look at, like feeds, right? Because every social media account has things that you can follow if you like certain things. And then when you like them or you follow them, in your feed starts popping up a bunch of things that are relevant to that or that people are posting and stuff like that. And you get sucked into things. And I love watching the shift of, like, the attention span is so short. Like Tiger King this week, and then next week is gonna be something else, right? And then
Tiger King's been going on for a few weeks now, though.
And they're coming out with another episode.
But it explodes. It's crazy how like it's
I wonder
actually
how
interesting.
many people
to me.
want Joe Exotic out of prison.
Almost everybody that watched the show.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Everybody's like free Joe, and
near the end of it, you're like, okay, he kind of got fucked over.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, he got fucked
I
over.
watched 2 episodes. I was still on
When
Joe's
you
side.
watch the last episode,
It gets crazier.
yeah,
you have
it gets
to watch it.
so fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
when you watch the last
Yeah.
one, you're gonna be like, all right, kind of everybody
yeah,
needs to
it
be in
gets
prison.
crazy.
D2's watched it 3 times in its completion.
All of it, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's fucking nuts. Yeah,
It's so
and,
great.
And back when I was saying, like, I thought you had to be insane. Like,
Yeah.
when you watch the show, you got the.
I-
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
The dude in South Carolina or wherever.
That's
Joe
Don.
Exotic. Yeah.
Doc.
Oh, Doc.
Doc.
Yes.
100%. He's a
Not
hippie.
Don. Why did I say Don? Don's the dead guy.
Doc.
Doc. I'm sorry. The missing person.
No, he's
Yeah.
dead. He's tiger shit.
Tiger.
Doc, I don't give a fuck. Like, they're like, he's running a sex cult.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
So
they're all of age, but he's absolutely
he has
running
like
the cult.
5 or 6 people that work with him that are basically sex slaves to him, and he like admits it and everything on the show. It's fucking hilarious.
He doesn't
He
admit it.
he has what? How many wives? 5 wives.
He doesn't admit it.
He's
He
a
doesn't
single man.
admit it.
He's
He
a
does.
single man.
He does admit it.
No, no, they come here, all right, to be interns and to learn about tigers, and some of them stay for 40 years and become partners, and 20 years, however long
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
He doesn't admit to
That's
being
admitting
with.
it.
Nah.
I also, like, I take all documentaries with a grain of salt, and like I'm again. This is a guy coming from episode 2, and I stopped, but like
He's got a doctorate.
So he's an expert.
He's got a doctorate. Hold on. So I'm sorry. What's your doctorate's in? Mystical science.
yeah. That is the fucking shit. That's the jams.
That is
Sorry.
And I was half between expecting that and like something serious. I'm like, all right, he
they
knows
got
something.
the disgruntled ex-employee to explain everything to him.
Yes.
So like I take all that shit with a grain of salt too.
She said she was happy working there.
Yeah, she's a disgruntled ex-employee that's shitting on her old boss and the old people she worked with. Like, that is not the person that I get an even keel opinion of what's going on.
You're going to
there.
believe what?
Seth?
Hold on.
I'm not.
So
saying
would you take the word of the person still in the cult?
I mean, okay, you're saying cult though. Like you just imagine. You're just assuming. Like, imagine it's any place you've ever worked. Imagine that's what you're talking about. And there's a 5-year
I don't know that
documentary.
many people that fucked the boss.
Name any place you've
Awkward.
worked.
Look, every one of them's got a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Every one of them. I'm going there too. If he buys me a mansion, I'm fucking the dude too. Let's do it. Let's go, Doc.
Hey, I mean, your choice is Doc or meth.
Exactly.
'Cause that's how
Doc,
Joe
Doc's
got
the
it.
better way to go.
That's Joe got
Hiring
his
meth heads off the gas out of the gas
No,
station.
Joe got his husbands that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meth and tigers.
Yes, meth and tigers.
See, I don't like.
I know
That's
that
the other thing that I don't fucking
I know
like.
that
is
meme.
I know that meme.
that Joe, what's the dude with the fucked up teeth? Is that Joe? What's his guy? What's that guy's name?
That's
I think it
Joe's
is Joe.
husband.
Yeah, but what's his name? It's not Terry or
I thought
Travis.
it was Joe too or something.
Yeah.
I don't-
No, it's not Joe.
What?
I
But
can't remember.
You realize that the dude with the fucked up teeth, like those teeth are fucked up like on purpose. Like that's not like those are just his meth teeth. Like those are like the dentist went in there and fucked those teeth up on purpose to fit veneers.
Oh.
And like
He never got him?
no, he did. He did have him. He just didn't have him in for that interview.
The producers, I got to take that out real quick.
So think about it.
It's
They've been
more
recording.
ridiculous.
They've been filming these people for 5 years. Think about that shit. Like I guarantee they have all kinds of footage of him with his veneers in, but they fucking purposely used the shit where he didn't have him in, like
John.
That's
to make him look like an asshole.
yeah,
like
but that's
John
the
Finn-
teeth
Finlay.
thing isn't what said he was addicted to meth. It was because like it
he
was
very
known
well-
that he got his
very well
boyfriends
could-
by giving them drugs.
He could have been, but like my whole thing is that it seemed like it had a clear agenda.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was so dishonest,
Setting a tone.
That's documentaries in and of itself. I fucking hate documentaries.
To
Like,
be fair,
so that's
though-
probably why I haven't finished.
To
it.
be fair though, because they kind of set what's her name up like make
Carol
her look,
Baskin.
to make her look more innocent. Like she's kind of clean. Like what she's doing is saving the thing, and then you find out some other things. You're like, okay, she's a bitch too.
Like she makes millions and she doesn't pay
She
anybody.
does the same shit as they do.
Oh no, I could tell from episode 1.
She does the same shit.
I could read through all the bullshit.
And she started talking about how much she made from like Facebook and streaming and shit.
Yeah.
And then like the whole staff is volunteers, and you're like,
you
what?
cool cats and
then
something.
And then she's got the audio bite of her talking about how
What's up,
she's like,
motherfuckers? Oh.
Yeah, so she like comes out and she's like, yeah, you know, why would
Cool
I
cats and
why would I
kittens?
pay somebody
Cool
when they
cats
just
and-
want to work for free?
yeah, cool cats.
yeah. Why would I
Right.
pay anybody if they want to
They
work
just
for
want to
free?
hang out
Right.
with the cats. Why would I pay them? But
yeah,
that,
no, she's definitely evil bitch. But
She killed her husband.
Yeah, she did.
probably, I don't know.
I don't know if you guys seen it. I don't know if you watched Tosh.0, but that was the first place I actually seen Joe Exotic. They had a clip of him from his campaign
Long
video.
time ago.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yes, I'm gay as shit." Yes.
My favorite person on there is Saf,
2007.
the chick that got her arm fucking eaten off.
Yeah.
Because she was so gangster about it. She's laying there. He's fucking putting a tourniquet on her.
Had to get out of the hospital. They're gonna make this look bad.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah?
he was like,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
and she went right back to work. She's like, what? It
7
fucking
days.
happened.
So
I put my fucking hand in there.
They
It's
said
my
we
fault.
can save it, but it's going to take a bunch of surgeries. And I was like, nah, fucking cut
Take
that
it
shit
off.
off. I'm
No,
like,
she's
holy
gangster.
shit. Okay.
She's
She
gangsters.
signed with the fucked up hand. She signed something.
Yeah, it worked well enough that she could write her name, and they're like, nah, take it.
Yeah, she's gangster as fuck. That was my favorite character.
Tough
Yeah,
bitch.
Character.
She went-
That's the problem with it. Is
she went right
documentaries
back.
turn people into characters. Like,
my favorite person.
The
yeah,
two guys.
yeah. But
the-
you're kind
the-
of right though. Like
Yeah.
it is a character, not a person. You get a snapshot of what they want you to see of this person, and you have 5 years, and you can make people look all kinds of different ways.
Yeah.
She was gangster.
Yeah.
And the most sane person. Have you met the drug lord yet?
Yeah.
Okay. He's the most sane person in the entire thing.
Yeah.
He's got the cleanest cages. He was the most like well kept together. Doesn't look crazy at all. Yeah, yeah.
Private zoo.
Lord. Yeah. He's chilling.
Yeah, the one in the Carolinas. I don't know if it's north or south, but the doc guy,
Mhm.
you can
Doc-
still
Doc
go.
Antle?
You can, Doc Antle. You can still go see his shit.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently they end the show with them saying that they're rating his stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, you can still tomorrow. You
the same
you can
shit-
book a fucking viewing.
The
Like,
same shit that they got Joe for, they can get him for.
In fact, they're fairly well booked. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah,
trying
this-
to kill.
this show's
characters?
got a millions.
There was other shit that they added on top of
okay.
Joe's thing.
See, that's what was
Breeding
also
and
disturbing.
killing.
Euthanizing.
Oh,
Because they found dead tigers.
they found dead tigers at Joe's property, but there were 5 of them.
Yeah.
That's it. And he was like, "Yeah, I
They
put him."
die sometimes.
Well,
Exactly.
The
But-
thing was with Doc is that when they weren't cubs anymore,
Yeah,
he
that's
just
what they
fucking
were.
killed them.
That's what they were saying. I never
This is
saw
what
any
a few
proof of
people
it,
said.
but again,
That he
Yeah.
gassed him.
yeah. I
Remember,
didn't see any proof.
Former employee that looks scared for her life probably knows something about it. That's all I'm saying. Because I know that like there was like there's a part of the park that nobody's allowed to go to,
Yeah,
and that's what they're
well,
saying is that he.
I mean, that's every park.
he gassed
The-
as soon as they
if
weren't
you wanna-
making money.
If you want to be devil's advocate, that's every part. There's
As soon
always
as
somewhere
they
you
weren't making any money, he would gas them,
Yeah.
kill them. That's what they're saying. So
yeah.
I'm hoping. not.
That's definitely what they implied. Is it weird that I'm like the libertarian side of me is like,
No, it's not weird.
this is private property.
I don't give a fuck how many tigers he killed on it.
And then like Joe,
They're yours.
you can
They're
tell
on
Joe
yours.
Right?
wasn't
Like,
doing it.
was he torturing him or did you just kill him?
Yeah.
He just shot him. Fuck it.
you can also see that Joe's didn't do that because he kept overpopulating. Like you can see,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
like
they did-
hundreds and hundreds and
I've
hundreds
been
of
to
tigers.
Oklahoma before, and like I have a picture of me as a little kid with a tiger, like a baby ass
From
tiger.
who though?
Probably Joe
Who
Exotic.
the fuck
You don't-
knows?
you don't know where?
I'm sure it's connected. It was literally like in the parking lot of a gas station.
He was trying to get you to work
I
for him.
swear to God. I swear to God.
He was trying to recruit your
I
ass.
was on a field trip
Hey,
with
little
like
boy,
a
you
youth
want to be a
group
waiter
for
at my
church.
restaurant?
It was a youth group for church that we were like driving back, and we stopped at a gas station, and I could just still remember. I think it was in like going into 7th grade, and the tiger's paw from a baby was still as wide as my thigh.
No.
Like, yeah, it was just that fucking happened. I'm sure when I was watching this, I'm like, there's no way that's not connected. There's
has
no
to
way I
be.
was in Oklahoma and saw a fucking baby tiger in a gas station parking lot, and it wasn't connected to Joe Exotic. Like
Somehow.
in some way, whether it was like someone that bought a tiger from him or if it was one of his people. Fuck, for all I know, he was over there taking money. Like, you know, like
Joe,
I don't remember.
Joe's character entertains me.
Yeah.
Period.
Sure,
Fucking
he's a
entertains me.
wild ass
What do you
fucking
think? What do you think about
character.
the building that burned down?
Oh, he did it.
His studio.
He did it,
Yeah, he
or
did.
the producer of his show?
No, he did it.
You think he did
Am
it?
I
well,
the
he was
only
out of
one?
state.
Like again, I'm sorry. Chase is like totally dead silent, so we probably should
Watch
move on
the
soon.
fucking show.
Talk,
But
bro.
but
Memes.
But I only watched 2 episodes. But am I not wrong to think that like producer for the show that came on is a huge piece of shit?
The producer, yeah.
The guy that smoked like 1 billion cigarettes
while he was doing the interview.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be in that world.
Because it seemed like the documentary didn't want you to hate him when I was watching the episodes, but I immediately felt like this guy's a huge piece of shit. Like Joe brought me on because he knew I could make him famous. I don't know if that's a good accent.
Joe made himself fucking famous,
right?
He was so extravagant, like
he was exotic.
I could not believe he ran for president. I could not believe he ran for governor. You haven't even gotten to that.
Yeah.
No, you need to keep watching. It gets fucking good, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, it was that campaign video that I remember.
Yes,
because he was going off on a rant. He's in there with the Tigers.
It's just good TV. That's all it is, man. Like it's not something that I'm like, oh, it changed my life. It's just great fucking.
I'm still happy I watched all the Lethal Weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm happy with that shit. So speaking of things that are just coming out, sure.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yes. I thought you were talking about my segue. I'm forcing it. Shoehorn it in.
You're fucking sick.
Resident Evil 3.
I'm making a left turn. Yep, there it is.
Resident Evil 3.
He just made a left turn right now.
Speaking of things that just came out.
Speaking of things on TV,
unrelated
shit. I didn't
hot dogs. Look, what?
Modern Warfare I downloaded and it's absurdly large. Like because they make you download the warfare bullshit.
Can we please play? Like, I want to play.
I'm sure we can. But
it's
like
awesome.
All I want is like the old school regular shit, but they make you download like this 150 gig fucking warfare bullshit. So
it's fun.
I don't have any extra space to download a whole nother game, so I had to buy mine as a physical copy, which I think I'll be happy with later anyways. But it got delivered today. I haven't actually played it. But
we gotta play
Chase downloaded the son of a bitch. Did you? Are you? I assume.
What are you talking about over there?
He's talking on Modern Warfare.
Okay, I was about to say because you're talking.
I'm talking
about
Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I know where you.
I am assuming you're going to wait till I'm done playing it so you can just play my copy.
I wasn't thinking about that. I was still on Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
Like, can we please play that?
Yeah, no. I was about to say we're on 2 different. things.
I'm talking about let's go online and let's go fucking murk some
I think we'd fuck some people up.
Let's do it. I'm fucking all about it.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about Resident Evil 3, which is probably one of my least favorite Resident Evils made.
I've never played it. I didn't have a PlayStation. Never played Resident Evil 3. They never remade it for the GameCube. A lot of my exposure to any of these games was either what they remade for the GameCube or they made games that were took homage or took some of the because I played shooter games that took place in Raccoon City.
This is when Nemesis started becoming a big deal. Resident Evil 3, he started off obviously Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, but it started becoming more.
You mean the Tyrant?
Tyrant, yes.
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, Nemesis.
Did I say no? It's Nemesis.
It's Nemesis.
It's Nemesis.
Nemesis isn't in 1 or 2 though.
Well, he's talking about 3 though.
But Nemesis is a type of tyrant. That's why I figured you were talking about.
That's what I meant. But this is when he started becoming a thing.
Different?
Is it different?
It's different. Okay. If we want to go full nerd, it's the difference in the G virus and the T virus or some shit.
It was the newer version of the virus of the version.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Anyway,
let's nerd out.
So this is when he became a thing. Now, when I played Resident Evil 3 back in the day, I never finished it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. It didn't entertain me. 1 and 2 was fucking amazing. 3, meh. I played
You ever played Code Veronica?
I did play that one. I liked that one.
The reviewer that I fucking gushes over Code Veronica.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
Code Veronica was supposed to be Resident Evil 3.
Okay.
And then there was internal political reasons in Capcom why they switched things around and made it Code Veronica because for the numbered titles they could only release them on the PlayStation.
Okay.
That was the contract. So if they did Code Veronica as Code Veronica, they could put it multi-platform. So that's why it wasn't Resident Evil 3.
It was too. It's about 2 guys, right? There's like partners or something like that, or
Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, they're like partners or something. Or
there's a guy that helps her. She gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He has to go get a cure for her antivirus, and then it's her.
And he teams up
of the reviews that I watched. I've never played this game.
And he teams up with somebody who because this is when they started implementing the person. This is when he started putting the virus in somebody and containing it to where they're not they're not zombie. They are superhuman, right? Isn't it start with
the different virus? That's what he's talking about. The T versus
Resident
the G.
Evil 3?
No, the fucking shit.
Is there one guy that has the virus in him, but he's not a zombie?
No, you're talking about Wesker.
Like Wesker, but not Wesker.
Wesker's the only one that can actually like run that beside like the fucking movies of Resident Evil with Alice.
But he's not the only one later, right? Is it he's introduced in more heavily?
No, I mean he's in the first one and
fourth one. Right? Or is it fifth?
No.
He was the only
he's
one.
in Code Veronica.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
Code
right.
Veronica.
Yeah. But not that
He's
I
not
know
in
of.
3?
Even a big nerd as I am, no.
But is there one of the guys that has the virus or a version of the virus?
Nope. No, Jill. I mean, Jill gets she gets the virus and she gets sick, and that's why he's talking about you have to get the fucking antivirus with Carlos.
Okay.
So it's Jill, former cop, Stars cop, and it's between the
Jill Valentine's fucking Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
Some of the main
Jill's been there for-
characters.
yeah.
So between 2, it's before 2 and then after 2 ish.
Okay, so like the first part, she gets injured, she's down. 2 happens, and then she gets resurrected. It's after 2.
No,
Or is it not that
technically,
clean?
I would tell you that it by like even the new game, it's before 2. She's getting out of the city afterwards, and then it segues into them coming into it. It's after as well.
I'll have to play it.
It's a shit show.
I've prepared my girlfriend.
Carlos. I mean, it won't take you that long. And Carlos is the Umbrella's fucking like contractor that comes out and helps and tries to help the city. And there's other contractors that are there to fucking like get rid of all of Umbrella's bullshit. So it's good. It's really good. Great remake. Short. They did good on the guns. They did good on a lot of things.
You beat it. You beat it in a day, less than a day. You were what 4 hours, 5 hours?
What part of like I was off for 2 weeks and like
but I thought you'd text like the next day.
No,
you were like, yeah, you should be jealous, and then showed me like a picture of it being done downloading, and before I was out of work.
You were
that day, like within an 8-hour time.
Yeah, I was playing into the second.
Did you not see how much he drinks Bang?
Actually, I don't drink if I'm not at work. Or the Bang, I drink that. But yeah, no, it's fast, but I'm a nerd and I know where to go, kind of a thing. Because it makes sense.
So it wasn't a day.
What's that?
It wasn't a day.
No, it was a day.
No, yeah, I was done.
When you sent us that picture,
yeah,
you just started playing.
Bro, it took me 3.5 hours.
I knew it. Like,
see, that kind of sucks to pay $60
for 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
agreed. That's the big part.
But I feel like I wouldn't beat it in 3 hours. I'd be the one that takes like 5 days to beat it.
Well, I took my time. I wanted to watch all of the fucking bullshit. I wanted to explore the city. I wanted to find everything.
Like, you gotta really fucking try to get there for 2 hours for the last game, excluding the cutscenes. Resident Evil 2. And that's just one run. Like, I on hardcore, 2 hours, 15 minutes to get everything, get the full auto machine guns and shit. And it took me a long ass time to finally beat that. I think it took me like 4 months to be able to do that.
Bigger game. Or two's much bigger than 3.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But it's good. But good for how small it is.
I'm still nerding out over my game, and I can't. I'll talk about it when it comes out.
Oh yeah,
I'm so
dude. Why
out.
don't you tease it? I know that other listeners got to be excited about this shit. We've talked about it before, but Resident Evil. So Resident Evil's all I can say.
Yeah, it's not Resident Evil.
Final Fantasy.
So my nerding comes from a different. I played Resident Evils. I played almost all of them. I said almost all of them, not every one of them I played.
Right.
But I have played the majority of Final Fantasies growing up. The very first game, though, that I started with video games, period, was Final Fantasy VII. That was the epitome. That was literally what introduced me to the world of gaming. I've seen people play Atari growing up. I've seen people play Super Nintendo, but my uncle playing Final Fantasy VII got me into playing it, and I play the game. And that's the only game I've ever played that I've beaten more than 10 times. I have it on my cell phone, and I beat it again on my cell phone. They made a remake finally, which is awesome. So I've nerded out so hard about it because it was like such a big part of my life that I bought a PlayStation just so I could play this fucking game.
That one?
Yes, that one. Actually, it's when they win. It's when they win that. Yeah, that one. Yeah, you know exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, I played Final Fantasy VII.
So I actually bought a fucking PlayStation just so I could play that game.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the music right there.
I have. I bought the whole fucking it happened when I bought an iPhone like years ago. I meant to buy like a ringtone. I bought the whole Final Fantasy album. And so like when I get in my truck and I just do like Bluetooth audio, it'll just randomly play a song out of my music. Every once in a while, it's just one random song from that shit.
From Final
It kind
Fantasy.
of makes me happy. I let it play all the way through before I change it.
He's like
Yeah.
rolling down the fucking road.
I'm in the parking lot still, and it's like the battle fucking music from Final Fantasy.
He all of a sudden wants to fight people.
I'm hyped up to go inside.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. From what I heard, rumor is that it's not the complete game yet. They're doing just like every other fucking video game where they want you to hit the DLCs and shit.
Oh, that's gross.
But it's basically the game is you in Midgard, and it's all the way up until you're about to get out. And then once you get out, that's
so you
when
can't even complete the game.
It's not complete. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's bullshit.
But it's a long, like they extend your time there. It's not like a quick run through. Like
I'll wait. I'll wait.
huge
Let
game.
you buy it. Tell me how it is. 'Cause
I'm gonna like it regardless.
Phantom Pain was a real disappointment. It was a long ass game.
Yeah.
Never beat it. I never beat that game. I waited. I mean, I was so excited about that shit.
You ever played a game? There's 2 horror games that were that were awesome. One of them was Silent Hill.
Yep.
I love that game. But the other one was Parasite Eve. You ever played Parasite Eve?
Yes.
Dude, I thought about that the other day. That
Great.
was a fucking amazing game.
Great game.
Like, it was creepy. It
very
was
underrated.
Very, very underrated game. Yeah, but then I can nerd out and tell you a bunch of other games are underrated too.
Parasite
Silent
Eve, though,
Hill movies
Parasite-
are still better than Resident Evil movies.
The first one.
First one, yes.
Did you see the Silent Hill 2?
Yeah, I didn't like it as much. I thought it was stupid.
Still better than Resident Evil 2.
I like Apocalypse better. I think Resident Evil 2 is better than all of the other ones.
I just hate all the Alice bullshit.
I do too, but I love all of the Raccoon City references.
Parasite Eve, though, there was like gunplay in it. It was like fucking ghosts and goblins and zombies and
everything under the
monsters.
sun.
It was awesome.
Remember that fucking first-person shooter that they tried to do as a horror? Fear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, with the
That wasn't
girl
bad.
that's fucking haunting.
They did a little bit of creepy. That was like probably the best action horror that's ever been made. Because most action horror is not that good.
You ever played a game called Legends of Dragoon? This is me nerding out right now. Legends of Dragoon.
Is that a spin-off Final Fantasy?
Legends of Dragoon. I know that name.
Look it up. It's gonna blow your mind if you played it. Okay, so basically, it's the reason why you think it's from off of
Because
Final
of the
Fantasy
Dragoons.
because of the Dragoons.
Yeah.
So Legends of Dragoon is basically them harnessing the power of dragons.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Yes, dude.
Yes.
That was also
Holy shit.
one of my all-time
When did it come
favorite
out?
games.
What platform?
PlayStation.
Bro.
That's probably
Forever
why I haven't
ago.
played it.
No, I thought we were going to whiskey.
We are going to go whiskey after this.
I'm sticking to beer.
It's fine. But no, Legends of Dragoon is another game
bro.
that I hope that they remake too because that game was like amazing.
Evers ago.
Soul Blade led into Soul Calibur. Played
Yes.
all the Soul Caliburs,
I've
and I
played them all.
played Soul Blade occasionally, like when someone would come by with their fucking system.
I got emotionally not emotional. I got emotionally attached to that game when I was playing it.
Oh.
Like what I mean by that is like I was into the story. Like it was like reading a good book.
Oh, hi.
You know what I'm saying? That game
The
was
Last
the
of Us.
equivalent of reading a good book.
Yeah.
I was emotionally attached to that game when I was a kid. Like I couldn't wait to get home to follow the next part of that story. I was so into that story. So that's another game. If it could get remade, I'll buy that game. Period. Because I love that. I love that game.
Period.
Yes. Period.
So
Final
with
Fantasy
all the
VII is
movie
also-
remakes, like I think the video game remakes going to become a huge industry.
I especially right now.
Well,
mean,
all
it's
the
even
remake
bigger.
movies are a huge industry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
It's a blessing and a curse, though. Like that's probably a cool thing, but also it's kind of a scary thing to where you would hate to have the creativity get sucked out of the game industry like it has the movie.
That's
industry.
what I'm afraid of. If I already read about it, because I've been reading a lot about this game.
Yeah.
They had to change some things because
because of how fucking not of the
sensitive-
times.
how sensitive people are.
Well, just
nowadays.
times have changed,
I
man.
know they have. Yeah, there's a lot of things in there. Like if you play it, you go back and play it. It's like, oh shit, yeah. I can see where people will be upset about it. But I'll be honest, with you, I grew up to this shit.
What game is it?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
Like if you go back to play it, there's the cross dressing, there's there's the
that's it.
womanizing part. There's a lot of
Also,
fucking shit.
just because I know you're a big Dave Chappelle fan,
Yes.
he got a Mark Twain Award, and they put a special up on Netflix about that. It's
Yeah.
really good. You should check it out.
Mark Twain Award, huh?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, so he basically like it was. You could tell it was awkward for him because it was just like, hey, we're gonna have a whole bunch of people come out and talk about how great you are, and you're gonna sit there and take it.
So he's like,
thanks, cool. But it is like a whole bunch of. I mean, it's a whole fucking circle jerk of
all his
musicians and comedians that he likes. And like Sarah Silverman's not fun anymore, but she's there and she tries to make jokes, and it's not as good.
Yeah, she's not funny.
Yeah, anymore. She used to be all right. She's pretty bad now. And then there's like random politicians that are just trying to be like,
look at me, I'm a politician.
Yeah, like Nancy Pelosi's in there, like
I'm cool.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it now.
It's all right. It's more Dave Chappelle.
You just.
You gonna tell me Dave Chappelle's not worth it?
Dave Chappelle is worth it, but that's the only person that X's him out right now is Nancy Pelosi. I don't want to watch that stupid fucking.
She doesn't talk. She's literally in the background of like
dying, still dying, looking like a fucking robot.
And you're like
piece of
sexy.
shit.
I'm old.
So we're gonna end that now because I'm mad now. So fuck that, fucking Nancy Pelosi on this fucking shit.
It is funny though. The
bullshit.
little bit he does in it's pretty funny too.
I hope he makes fun of her. Does he make fun of her?
No, she's really like a non-subject. She just happens to be in the background.
Oh, okay. That evil.
He talks about the DC mayor.
Okay. She's evil. Anyway, so yeah, that's everything, man. The thing is we'd like to get into things that we like, and hopefully you guys like it too. So let us know. Shoot us a text. They probably don't.
Either they're here, so they do.
They're not here,
or they stop listening and they don't. So it's kind of like it solved itself.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm assuming they got to like, is this a Christmas movie? Like, oh, not this fucking discussion.
Not
again.
this shit.
Oh no!
And then they were like, and then Resident Evil.
We've started something there.
There's one person at home going, you know what? Fucking Dillon's right. Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
Bro, Resident Evil has got to be the most talked about topic on our show. We talk about Resident
wait
Evil
till they
a
redo
lot.
4. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then we're gonna talk about 4. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends.
Stay
We'd appreciate it
in this crazy ass time. Try not to buy into the panic.
Yeah, don't buy the panic. It'll all blow over.
Hopefully, the government has deemed your income necessary.
Essential.
Essential. There we go. That's
essential.
the terminology. Like, I get so mad. I'm such a libertarian. I get so mad about it when people are fucking mad.
We should be hitting
who
our
the
peak.
fuck are you to tell them that their livelihood isn't essential?
Kind of
Sorry.
glad that he just says that.
We should. We should. Well, that's a whole other discussion. Right
I'm
there.
sorry.
We should.
Next one.
The peak should be hitting this week, so it should be like a downward.
Well, see, it's
We'll
so
see what
hard to
happens.
tell because the test kits are finally rolling out.
Yes.
So there are numbers of how many people are actually sick. It's a really hard number to determine.
Oh well. We're not going to fucking determine that shit right now. Anyway, so
stay safe.
coming from Chase, Bad Karma
Karma
All
Live.
right, hold on. Okay, this is a little bit. So today, the devil whispered in my ear, "You are not strong enough to withstand the storm." I whispered, 6 feet back, Satan."
I've got D, clear malfunction.
What's going on? How you doing? What are you doing in
We're
your
saying
underwear?
goodbye, not hello.
No,
This is the outro.
This is
No,
the
no,
outro.
No.
Don't take this from me.
Going the right way.
They're wearing underwear right now. All right,
We got a good friend, El Jefe. What's up?
Don't be a piece of shit.
There you go. That's nice and simple.
words to live by.
Those are words to live by. I am the Nitro Panda. Don't forget to hit us all up on our Instagram pages. And yeah, thanks for fucking showing up.
I think you just wrote a self-help book.
You did.
Right?
All in those.
Every time you
those
wake up, don't be a piece of shit.
One
Just write it on a
page.
post-it. Follow